body is made up of different types of tissues. Hard, such as bone or teeth. Soft, such as skin or blood vessels. Transparent, such as the cornea, and so on. These tissues are optimized for our body to function properly. However, in some circumstances, they might get degraded or break down and stop performing their function due to genetic disorders, illnesses, or as a result of an accident. So, is there anything we can do about it? Biomedical engineering enables the design of strategies to repair the defects and recover the lost functionality. Hip prostheses, cardiovascular stents, or intraocular lenses have been designed, replacing damaged tissues with biomaterials that assume their function. This has improved the quality of life for millions of patients. However, wouldn't it be better to regenerate the damaged tissues instead of replacing them with a piece of steel or plastic? This is precisely the aim of tissue engineering. For this, it is essential to have the cells as allies, as they are the ones in charge of tissue production. The key is to find ways to stimulate cellular activity, directing it towards the production of tissue when necessary. But can we teach cells how to regenerate tissue? The answer is yes, as long as we can communicate with them. And the good news is that materials provide us with a language that cells are able to understand. Through the appropriate design of materials, we can send specific commands to the cells, to which they can respond. The so-called bioinstructive materials become a very useful tool for directing cell behavior. And what is interesting here is that cells are capable of understanding not just one language, but several languages. For instance, cells are able to sense surface topography. This has been used to stimulate cell adhesion to the surface of dental implants or articular prostheses, favoring bone growth and ensuring mechanical fixation and stability of the implant. Cells understand also the language of chemistry. They use some receptors called integrins, which are located on their outer membrane that serve as hooks for them to anchor to certain proteins. Decorating the surface of materials with these proteins is a strategy that allows controlling the affinity of the cells for that surface. Alternatively, materials can be used to deliver ions or drugs in a controlled way, triggering specific responses by the cells. Cells are also able to perceive mechanical stimuli and adapt their behavior accordingly. Taking advantage of this, materials can be used as mediators to transmit these mechanical stimuli, for example, through rigidity. This can be used to direct the selective formation of different tissues. For instance, stem cells evolve towards a bone cell or a cartilage cell, depending on whether they are exposed to a hard or a soft material, respectively. Once we know the codes that allow us to communicate with cells, the strategy of tissue engineering is based on the development of three-dimensional structures, named scaffolds, that provide temporary accommodation to cells with the right conditions and incorporate the necessary stimuli, topographical, chemical, mechanical, that serve to transmit the right message to the cells, so that they direct their activity towards the regeneration of the damaged tissue. The strategies I have presented use an approach that respects the natural regeneration processes. We have talked about cells and tissues, but wouldn't this approach also be valid when we think about nature and human activity on a more global level? I invite you to learn more about sustainability and about how circular will be the urban and industrial water cycles in the next video of Sciencescapes.